Oh, I think we're ready. We're hitting go live. It's been a while. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Hello, and thanks for being here. If you're having to watch this later in the archive, just note that I love you. Love your face. You are awesome. And if you're new and you feel like checking out more of the content, you can always check any of the links in the description below. We're also streaming here on Facebook Gaming. I stream here on YouTube and Facebook. Typically, it's been Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the evenings as a community game night. Tonight, we're going to be playing some New World. We're going to be also talking about the Final Fantasy XIV Media Tour. So if you guys are hanging out with me live, feel free to ask questions in chat. If you want to come play some New World with us, we might be doing some dungeons. Going to be farming up some gold. Going to be generally having a good time. As a surprise kind of announcement, I've actually been out of town for the last week and a half. And you probably didn't notice if you've already been subscribed and you're already a part of the Soul Nation. And that's the power of scheduled videos. But obviously I had to put a lot of crazy hours in to make sure that I was able to be gone and still have all the media tour content covered for you guys. Hey, Chris, thank you so much for being here, man. It's a late Friday night. we just recently got home, put the kids to bed, watched a little Ted Lasso, finished off season 2, and now I'm going to be chilling and hanging out with you guys, playing some New World. So if you've been missing the streams, I thought it was a better announcement to not go into that I was going to be out of town. Like, I'm going to be gone for a while. And then they were like, what's up? So we got back, and it was a really good time. Me and my wife celebrated 11 years. This was originally supposed to be our 10-year, and we were supposed to go to Hawaii, but the world is the way it is. The world is the way it is. And we had to, again, change our plans and destination, but we went to Disney, and we had a really good time having fun with that. So anyway, I see some chat coming in. Guys, I missed you guys so much. I hopefully, if anybody hasn't seen any New World content, it's like I have not been in front of my computer, in front of my mic. I've got also people hanging out in chat as well. But again, I would still point you guys to the top link. If you're not following Facebook over on Ginger Prime Gaming on Facebook, and you use Facebook, I've got exclusive videos that I've been rolling out over there as well. So I had to do some of that scheduling, some of the scheduling for the media tour, and so much. And no, it was not Disney in California. It was Disney in Florida. We really didn't do the Disney thing. My wife's grandmother, my grandmother, I've officially adopted her. She has a timeshare.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jonathan, just like the stream over on Facebook, you legend. So we were able to transfer. Pretty much, we hung out at the resort for the majority of it. It was a complete adult vacation. Like, we just kind of chilled. Grandparents watched the kids as Julie and I kind of celebrated our anniversary. So it was a really good time to kick back, relax, and miss the kids. Like, I think after like a couple days, it's, I was like, gosh, man, I can't wait to bring the kids here. But I finally saw Shang-Chi, I believe I'm probably butchering the name, and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Julie and I got to go to a movie. It was empty.
Oh, yeah.
And it was amazing. Incredible movie. Highly recommend you check it out. What's up, brothers? What's up, Red Line? Hey, Snow, how's it going? Let's see your peanut butter jelly time. Thank you so much for being here, dude. Fila, thank you so much for being here. Gashi, hey, Brian. I'm working on getting my 4th starter job to 50. Oh, man. Dude. 4th, that's fantastic. Casey, Neil, thank you so much for following up those likes over on the Facebook side of things. Appreciate that. Congrats on you and the wife. 11 years. 11 years. So we wanted to obviously take the kids to do the Disney thing at some point. So it was kind of nice to be out there. Weather was really nice. Pool was really nice. The bar was really nice. It was a really nice time. We had a really good time. But yeah, let me see here. Was there anything else I needed to cover? Oh, I do want to do one adjustment. This is why you tune in. This is why people tune in, for the adjustments. And like, I think some of the Facebook sound notifications are much louder. So I'm just going to increase the notifications on this end. Yeah, let me go ahead and bump that up so it gets a little bit more in my ear. So I'm not like, All right, and I think that's good. I think those are the events on YouTube. One more event. We'll go this. Cool. That should be good. Cool. We'll adjust it as needed. All right, I'm going to bring chat in. Welcome back, chat. Thanks
Hello.
for waiting for me while I do my intros. Hanging out at my house. If you guys haven't seen, I got my dog. I got my house. This is the extent of my home decoration. And we'll go ahead and leave the house.
Puppy.
All right, so what do we need to do the dungeon? Let me just pull up the journal, make sure that I'm not nuts. I believe I have the item, and I need to go to the Amarine excavation. So that is correct. So who wants to either invite me, or who should I invite? And
do you have a healer?
I have no plans. I just was like, I'm gonna see if anybody wants to do the dungeon. Otherwise, I'm gonna go hit up some trees and go bang on some trees for a while. The most engaging New World streamer has been officially crowned. We'll do a tier list, and it turns out it's Bryn Zalazar of Ginger Prime for his incredible lumberjacking content. So, creature,
Brian, do you have an acceptance speech for your award?
I worked my ass off, and this is a long time coming. Not humble hashtag.
Hashtag humble brag.
Humble brag hashtag sarcastic ginger. All right, let's see here. Okay, no, so like from if we want to organize that, we can organize it. Otherwise, like I got all kinds of little quest things. I've really been itching to play. It looks like I've also kind of damaged my gear, or I
We
can
gotta
fish.
get that done. We gotta get that dungeon done for you.
All right, so who's coming? Who's
How easy do you want it to be?
I don't care. Like I just want to play.
I'm thankful for you.
Are you
That's a
on?
good answer.
Like are you on? I don't like one of the thing is it still seems like the friend list thing is because I see so many people in this chat, and either we haven't friended each other in game, or the friend system is like still struggling to be like, oh, who's up?
Friend system, from what I understand, is still kind of broken.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to scroll all the way
It still shows some
Yeah.
people as offline.
Cool. Yeah, I got the tuning orb, so I'm good. Oh, right, accepting.
All right, we do need a healer though, guys.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't see me in your friends list, but I can see you on my friends list.
You gotta scroll all the way down. a lot
I
of
literally
Yeah.
it just shows 2 online.
That's
Like,
so strange.
and then I haven't blocked anybody or muted anybody yet. I got into a debate on the forums though. I don't know if I'm gonna turn that into a video, but I was tickled to death, and maybe I'm just wrong. Would love to know y'all's thoughts. Somebody was like saying like, you know, like obviously like whenever like a game's out, I believe, this is my belief. I believe all video game communities are toxic because there's toxic gamers everywhere. They'll just come in, you know, like you're having a good, it's like a snake in a garden, right? Everybody's having a freaking good time, and then, oh, snake, you know, you're like, okay. And then it's like, oh, well, there's, you know, that garden has snakes. And then they look at all the other gardens from afar, and they're like, oh, all these other gardens are perfect. Someone's like, Final Fantasy XIV community is not toxic. It's the best community. It's like Final Fantasy XIV is a great community. It's a great game. But if you're going to sit here and promote and say that Final Fantasy XIV isn't toxic, like I've got people who've been had their lives threatened with their home address. Like we could sit here.
Type of toxic.
It is. It's a
like
different.
most
Yeah.
of them, it's a negativity type of toxic, but so usually it's toxic negativity. In Final Fantasy XIV, it's toxic positivity usually.
Yeah.
If you have the slightest criticism of the game, they will literally like burn your house down or something like that. It's the dumbest. Like no game is perfect. No game. Even games that are 10 out of 10, there's still like slight difference. There's still like, you know.
Yeah.
There's at least one thing wrong with the game.
Well, you can't.
say,
You
like,
can't. Like that's the thing. It's like it's the like it's that positivity side. And as soon as you're like, man, yeah, it'd be kind of cool if X, and they're like, how dare you speak, peasant?
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing about Final Fantasies. Yeah, they're real nice until you start talking negatively about their game or just something you just didn't.
It doesn't even have to be negative. It just is like you
just
can be
like,
like,
I really didn't
you know,
like
I
this
love
part.
I love this raid. I love it if we got another raid. How dare you? How dare you? And it's
The
like
beginning of a phrase they hate is, "I love this game, but
but
I hate that."
Like, do you know how hard Yoshi P and them working over there? If they had the reach of blah blah blah, and it just opens up the floodgates.
Yeah, I think from the media tour though, like there's some real key indicators of what Yoshi P's got planned. Like from all these interviews, just like watching and listening, like oh man, it gets my blood excited because the fact is like Yoshi P, like in his interview with Asmund, was like New World this and New World that, and I'm really looking forward to launching Endwalker because I'm gonna go play New World. I'm like, good for you, buddy. Like, yeah, I really hope that you do check out this game. It like, can you imagine? Because running around the game and just as beautiful as it is, you cannot convince me that Square Enix is not capable of this.
Oh, I mean, they've already proven they can. With like, they proved they could make a game look good in like what was it, like 2005 or something.
Yeah.
Like the Advent Children movies and all, like their Final Fantasy movies and stuff. Back in, like the way.
I've always felt
years
Square
ago.
has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to animation and graphics.
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
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 100%.
Well, that was my thing. Even if you're trying to talk about wanting an update on 14's graphics, to me that would be nice and all. But I would honestly be perfectly content if Yoshi P comes out with, like, you remember all that stuff for the past 10 years that we've been talking about that we can't do simply because of the old code and all that?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really do anything graphics-wise, but we fixed all that, and now we can do all the stuff we want to do. And you're like, oh, cool. And
Well, they've been doing that.
That'd be fine.
They've been doing that. Like, that's the thing. Like, when we, like, and it's not always immediately, like, apparent and visible. It's just that they've been working behind the scenes and making a lot of those adjustments, and they've been doing it over time. And it's just that it's a war of attrition. You know, it's just like where you just keep plugging away and. Ooh,
well, yeah, a lot of theirs were due to just lack of funding and personnel.
Yeah.
And they've gotten a lot more of that. But
and then you go off his line, what he said to us at the media tour, that Square Enix will spare no expense. Like, that should get everybody's eyes perked up.
Yeah, no, when I heard that, I was just like, holy crap, like, he actually said that. And then, but yeah, no, my biggest thing was, they've been making a lot of adjustments and improvements and everything, but I can't wait for him to pull that cord and say, hey, guys, you know, next expansion, whole new code. Like, and, you know, and then, you know, he's all smiles because
How do they do that, in your opinion? And what's up, Chili? How do they do that in your opinion? Because there's so many different ways that you can go about like a new code base, right? Like, do you update the existing game all to the new code base, or is it something where, what's up, my uncle? My Uncle Jess just shared the stream. What a legend. Thanks, Uncle Jess.
Well, that would be only an answer him and his dev team can do. You know, you know, whether it's the
well,
next
what would you
expansion,
prefer? What would you prefer?
I mean, I would prefer the whole thing, you know, ideally, but if he can only do it realistically from the next expansion forward, you know, to make, you know, everything from combat the way he wanted to, the way you interact with the world, and, you know, a number of other things that just, you know, limit them. You know, because, you know, he keeps talking about the what's his term, like the collective debt or whatnot, over the years of like how as they add more to the game, it kind of compounds problems overall, and the only real way to fix it is to start with like a whole new, like, updated code and all that stuff. And I was like, well, if that's what it takes and you guys are willing to do it and all that, then sounds great to me.
Yeah, exactly.
We need 2 more DPS really quick for Amarin, for Brian.
Oh, you can invite me.
You can invite me. I'll come.
Just gonna repair my gear. I've been
I just
running
need
around.
my bags.
I'm excited. We're gonna kick some butt.
We need Savick, and who was the other one?
Wendy will come.
Wendy?
Yeah.
My friends list, Wendy?
Just give me a second to empty stuff.
This is gonna be a cakewalk, by the way.
I'm excited. I'm just happy to play. She was like,
"You think I'm close enough,
or
should
too late? I was like, oh, I gotta stay up late. I haven't been in my office in like a week and a half. Someone's like,
send me the invite whenever.
I was like, everybody's like, Ryan, like, are you gonna like do this? I was like, I was talking with Creature, and I was like, and he's like, here's some topics. I was like, yeah, I have no mic, I've got no cams. I'm just enjoying the content like everybody else right now. So many things to talk about.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was farming.
Once he had said something along the lines of how many the 24 million, and that
Yes.
basically they can justify spending more money on 14, because it felt like for a while they were kind of just using 14's money for other projects rather than
Yeah.
for 14.
Yeah, and that's now I don't know if that's going to immediately be. Yeah, Fia. I think we actually got filled up. We're 5. We're 5 now. Red's our party leader. Do I need to go to the entrance or?
You have the key. You need to.
Yes.
We're on our way right now, though.
Okay, I will hang out here. It's the
We only gotta get
entrance.
close.
All right,
There's a dog right there. Make sure
I
you get
talked
that
to Barkmedes.
Okay.
Oh, I know about Barkmedes.
Wonderful name too.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
as long as y'all have 3 people there, then you can teleport everyone else into the instance.
As long as I don't know the distance of the teleport accepting stuff.
It's like really far.
Yeah. Well, no, the accepting is really far, but you have to have 3 people at the dungeon to do the teleport
Oh.
thing.
Okay.
I'm on my way.
It was. Then I will keep gathering Azoth water.
So when you get to around level 35, Brian, we gotta do the Star Dungeon, which is really.
I
freaking
heard
fun.
that's good. We can, after the dungeon, we can go try to find some open world dungeons and go farm those as well if you guys want. I'm game for playing until
That'd be cool.
until I'm too tired.
I'm just saying, I got the worst RNG in the game. We had a few people here in this chat that got like some, not epic. What'd you guys get? Gold.
I got like 6 legendaries.
Yeah, legendaries, and I didn't get one.
Wow,
We're the
dude.
Hours.
Oh man.
I kind of hooked you up though.
I want to say thank you.
Yeah, like
you don't know
y'all
I'm
should have been
not-
able to trade that, right?
No,
You can't trade them.
You can't trade legendaries.
no.
No, they're
Boo.
flop.
Name drops or whatever they're called.
But he helped me out. He got something because he had pity for my little.
Well, you can craft
Or-
legendaries though. So,
Yes, but
Sort of.
if
I mean,
you
that's
find-
only
tree coming down.
that's only at max level.
The crafting of legendaries, there's a couple of items that is not for sale on the market, so I don't even know if they exist in the game.
Yeah, the crafting crafters can make the best gear in game as well. So, like I think that's an important thing. Otherwise, it ends up coming down to, it then just boils down to a theme park MMO, which means run content, go for drop, and if that's all it is, it's like, then why craft and gather the whole time? It's like, so.
That's one thing I like about this game is the crafted gear actually works and helps you.
Yeah.
It's not useless.
It doesn't have a short shelf life, basically.
Chili says in chat that they will always use 14 money for other projects, and the thing is that, like, you hand it over to Square, it's their choice to use it where they want. But what's really exciting to see is that if Square Enix is going to spare no expense, it means that 14. He's stating publicly that 14 is a keystone. It's a key aspect of the Square Enix's strategy. And that means, like, Yoshi P's always had feelers out for what other people are doing, but that means that it's like, okay, well, what does 14 look like in 5 years? What does it look like in 10 years? Square Enix knows, firsthand the difficulty of trying to sit here and say, hey, we're going to try to migrate people from one MMO to the other. And it's like, oh, people are still holding on to that old MMO. Okay, well, let's see here. What challenges does that persist as we get into year 20? Like, these aren't like their original like lifespan that they thought for 11 was going to be 3 years, and that was it. And they're like, oh, 5 years maybe. Okay, we're still going.
Like today, while I was like gathering here in New World, I was going down the list and like listening to like 5 or 6 different interviews he did. And I liked some of the questions and the answers he had, like under Zepla's.
Yes,
he was
great.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was seeing the game as like a drama series, like ARR is season 1, Heaven's Ward is season 2, and like this whole arc is like this is the first saga and all that. And it kind of got me thinking, because he was talking about like eventually there's going to be too much game out story wise for people to start from square one. And it kind of got me thinking of how Path of Exile 2 is going to work. Is you can go back and start from the start of the story if you want to, or they're gonna have like a synopsis of kind of what happened during then,
Yeah.
and you can start immediately in Path of Exile 2 content. And it felt like when he said that, I was like, huh, I wonder if that's what they're gonna do eventually. In, you know, if this is the first saga, is there like, you know, a 15-20 minute cinematic, you know, explaining, you know, all the core things that happened, and now we're here.
Right.
And
I would love
can
to
just
see that.
move on.
I,
Yeah.
you know, honestly, the other thing I'd love to see, and this is when if you ever get if you have not played Dragon Quest XI, if you get the opportunity, you should absolutely play Dragon Quest XI. But every time you come back into the game, it does a little synopsis of what's happened before, and it's so valuable because it ends up being like, oh, how long is it? Like, because whether it was like a couple of hours or like a couple of weeks since you last played, it's so handy to be like, oh yeah, okay, this is what happened and this is why, okay, we're moving in this direction. And so one of the things that I ended up like that from that alone, I was like, gosh, I wish Final Fantasy XIV had that. Like, even if you just like, yeah, you got the books, right? But what'd be really cool is like, okay, we're going into 6.0, like previously on Final Fantasy XIV. And it's like, you know, and then it's just like hits a couple of real keystone moments so that like if it's been like, oh my gosh, when did 5.5 come out? Okay, it's been like, I can either go back and, you know, make that video, or I can sit back and, you know, just like enjoy it in the game itself. And that's something I would, I think 14 did that, like in terms of what you guys were talking about.
Well,
that'd be huge. I think that'd be very valuable.
Yeah.
they kind of did that with the end stuff, where you can go back and rewatch cutscenes.
Yeah. But imagine that being
Like
kind of a
Charter.
curated thing based off of, like, you know how like seasons and TV shows do it, where they'll call back to something important that maybe you forgot about, like in the, like, okay, wait, why are they showing me that letter? You know, it's like, oh, it turns out, you know, like, you know, so it allows you to kind of have a little bit more, you know, like you can build these things and you can have these callbacks because you already have a kind of a system built in place for it. But we'll have to wait and see.
So
Yeah.
I've got a question. I'm not a developer, right? But how difficult would it be to essentially recreate Final Fantasy, almost like a Final Fantasy 14 version 2, but then port over all the data, like character data and everything?
It all really depends on why do that work. What is the difference going to be ultimately? Because it like difficult, like, you know, like that's work, that's planning more than, you know, like execution is execution. But the question is that what does 2.0, like what would a Final Fantasy 14-2 do to justify it? Because in my mind, and I'm not saying I'm right, I'm just saying like how I would perceive that is that 2 would be drastically different and such a departure that you need that clear cut difference, meaning the battle system would be completely changed, right? Like that would be something that I would say you'd want to 14.2 so you preserve the experience, because ultimately if you don't, this is just my theory, you end up creating we want a WoW classic. You know, you create that, like, we want that original 2.0 experience, and I think it's better if we just said it's integrated, so that way you can transition between the two with that same kind of character, but then you can have a whole new progression system, you can have a whole new starting point, you can have a whole new, you can change up, like, because for the people who want an action RPG, you know, like you could sit here and say 14.2, guess what, we're now doing that, and then you still have what the investment people have made, and you still respect that. And there's a lot of I don't know if there's a perfect system for it, but that's where I would say that would be what makes sense.
Ready to get in there,
And
Brian?
yeah, we all here?
Oh, Seth
Yep.
might be able to get teleported in. We're gonna try it.
Okay, cool. And
If I can't
yes,
teleport,
Sean, I'm playing on my controller. I've got more updates that I'm gonna be rolling out to the profile here. I'm just gonna go up to here and just gonna see if it teleports you guys in. All right, join expedition queue.
Oh, okay. I
enter.
see. It's just a number of people there. Okay. Like you guys said.
There we go. Here we go.
I'll switch my armor. I'm wearing my harvesting armor.
Yeah, Sean, I have the guide up for it's the New World Ultimate Controller Guide. There's some bugs that people have with it, so just message me if you're having issues, but follow the guide, because I also have a couple of special bindings.
Don't fall off this first spot we fight. You can fall off and die.
Okay. Lower page. I'll read it later.
Oh, you can have multiple food buffs at once. I did not know
I
that.
should probably eat a food buff. I need to get some trophies for my house though, because I want to get those trophy buffs. Yeah, man, anytime, dude. You can download in the description. You should see. Where's this guy going? This guy's fast.
He's really fast. He goes everywhere.
Oh, fine. I'll come out of it.
There's you can download the profile, so it's like you don't have to like do you just click download profile, apply, and then out. Oh, all right, that was a gold, and so we got some silver. Drop some loot. No, he did not. Stingy. Oh, that guy hits hard. Oh yeah, vomit up your stuff, buddy. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Get my 26 experience points.
It's a lot more than it gives me.
Yeah.
Interestingly.
Well, it's scaled to level, right? Like on in terms of experience.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Man, when I do that perfect hit, delicious. Oh hey, something else sold. Nice.
Yeah, I love when I get those little notifications. Fill my bank with money. Yeah.
This house ain't cheap.
Oh, fine.
No, the houses are not cheap.
Oh hey, an item.
Well, the taxes,
yeah,
like somebody was like, they took over a ward, so I ended up paying like a buttload in tax. I was like, son of a gun.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
monsters. Those monsters.
This
I
is
missed.
sad. This right now.
Woohoo, as you're a little quiet, Red. Unless I have you too quiet.
No. Is that better?
Oh yeah.
A little better. Oh yeah. This thing.
So Red, you had 1,000 subs yet?
Oh hell no.
Oh man, keep grinding, dude.
No.
Keep grinding.
I'm working. Well, I've been growing in the past from having no subs up to 35 in a week and a half. Not
That's
bad at all.
great, dude. That's incredible, man.
do you
Almost
need help?
3,000 views on my Paladin build.
That's awesome. You got to get used to like reminding people to like sub and share and stuff.
Yep.
I've been trying to get people to clip. Like we created I'm working on like upgrading like the Discord and how it's all structured. But so I created like a clips thing so that because right now like if somebody makes a clip, they literally have to like either post it in Discord or tweet it at me. So YouTube will eventually get there. But, you know.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I got a new build coming this weekend. It's gonna be the Patriot build off the movie The Patriot.
I love it.
Musket and
What a good movie too. Like how much what was it what's the actor's name? He was like there's so many movies where he he's constantly fighting the British, man. That Australian in him and just can't let it go. It's like, all right. Ooh, blue boots, blue candy.
Ouch. Wow, that does way less damage now.
Did you turn off your Streamlabs? What? What are you feeling for lunch? I didn't turn off anything in Streamlabs.
Boop.
I figured later.
What's the silver?
Right here, Brian.
Ooh, silver vein.
Man, I'll take it if nobody
Oh
wants
no,
it.
no. I mean, sorry. Yeah, you can have it.
Hey, we gotta
No,
let
you
them
can have
open
it. It's
up
all
the doors,
yours.
guys.
Okay.
Let them open up the doors and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I don't need to sit here like never give me streamer privilege ever.
Oh,
like
we're not.
good.
We ran this thing a lot of times. We're giving you the privilege of opening up the doors.
Yeah, let's
so you can
go.
die- Well, so you can die first.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we'll sacrifice him to the gods, right?
Oh yeah, I can make my damage higher. I should do that.
Oh, I forgot that. Over here.
Where is my...
Oh.
These are not corrupted, they are lost. Use.
Find Simon Gray's investigation of ancient technology. Modine. I like some of them, just like the word, like the text, like the random gibberish that our characters spout.
Oh, is it not gonna tell
No,
me?
to
There
me, it
is.
still sounds like the movie Doom.
The new one, or like
No, the old the 80s movie when his name is Killing Word. deep, so it reminds me of that every time.
Ooh, items.
This way. There's a chest down
Is
here.
it not list? Okay, maybe it's something messed up in the copy over. But like the YouTube stuff is fine. But I'll work on that after the dungeon. And you don't need to do that, Flop. You're already like, you're so generous. Let's see here.
Ooh, flat opal.
You didn't get the chest. It's right here.
1 second, I'm getting this river.
I know. Fine, I'll walk the long way.
I'll let someone else get the other one. All right. Elite
Cool,
supply
man.
chest.
Get it, Loon.
Hey,
Oh,
what's
he's
up,
not-
Seven?
he's
How
not
you been,
bad.
man? All right. I like that there's a chance that I could drown in the dungeon.
Small.
Right, but still, a chance.
A message. Oh.
I find it amusing they don't actually have a swim.
Yeah, somebody was like saying like, oh, you know how like that's so frustrating, and it's like, I don't know, like, oh wow, man, what a rampage. I don't know. I'm just having fun with the game. It's like it's just I find something humorous. I was listening to Upper Echelon today, and he's like some of the critiques that people have of the game. I'm like, all right, what do these guys want?
Don't forget your
Whirlin, thanks for re-upping with the membership, man.
They want to be WoW and stuff like that. They want the.
Oh,
you
and that
know,
scares me
50
like
raid.
nothing else. Seriously, like, come on, like seriously. They want it to be that, and then they're gonna complain about it. Like it's like I don't think you're thinking through. We've seen this happen time and time again. You know, like I'm open for like open discussion, but it's like some of it's like, you know, I rushed to 60 and now there's nothing to do. It's like, well, there's lots to do. You're like, let's break it down, bud.
It won't run on my toaster. It should run on my toaster.
Well, that's where it will run it on your toaster when they bring this to a cloud platform. I'm thinking Luma makes the most sense, but
I'm taking this one.
go for it.
I don't know enough about cloud platforms to.
Stadia by far is the absolute killer in the room. Like the fact is like I cannot for the life of me fathom how they have not been able to like capitalize on the lack of PS5s and Xbox Series X's out there on the market, because their platform is as fast as like a $6,000 PC. Like it is the fastest way to play a game right now. But that, you know, obviously entails that you have internet, right? But why am I not playing on Stadia right now? Because this game isn't on Stadia. Why isn't Final Fantasy on Stadia? I don't know.
monetization model.
I don't think it's the monetization model at all. Like they've got ESO. They like you can like the monetization models. I don't think are the limiting factor. I think it's just the time to port it, because Stadia is a Linux-based platform, and so that becomes a thing in and of itself. Data caps. Oh, data caps are a big issue. They should be
mound right here.
illegal.
They focus on that first.
See what focus on what?
The big mound right here.
Like hit it?
Yep, hit that.
Okay. Oh,
It's like the game gauntlet.
yeah, exactly. That was exactly what I was thinking about. I couldn't even think of the name. Yeah, you want to kill those, the enemies stop spawning. Yeah, data caps I think should be illegal.
Yep.
I can understand it for a time, like on mobile phones and stuff, but as far as like home internet, like no. And that needs to be a utility. You wouldn't put a cap on the water you use. I guess the counter of that would be that you pay the water you use as opposed to the data you use. But yeah, gummit, I need a better analogy.
Well,
Yeah, because
that's my thing is, yeah, it's like, don't get me started on the data thing. I hate that it's treated as a finite resource. Like,
Yeah.
it makes zero sense.
There's a cost to it. Like we have to, like, that's one of the things that in the argument against you know, like whatever the whatevers. I don't even like, they have such weird names for this stuff. like the ISPs, like they have to pay for like the data. So there's I think there's a solution that keeps everybody happy.
It's not so much. Well, data in and of itself is not a real thing. All it is the transfer.
It's light.
Of
It's light.
Well, it's the transfer of data from
Yeah.
one place to another. That's all it is. What the ISP has to pay for is the electricity to do that and the infrastructure for
Yeah.
their ISP and all that. So, but when they say that, like, yeah, you can only have 1,000 gigs of data, it's not like there's a trillion gigs out there, and once they're all
Right.
used up, then there's no more.
It's not a
internet.
finite resource.
Yeah, it's not a real thing like water or like actual
Whoa.
electricity. So, like so that's why it frustrates me that it's even allowed to be a thing in the first place.
Yeah, hold on. We gotta shout out K Groove Blanca joining the tier 3. Thank you so much, you Bahamut. You appreciate that support. Enjoy your new emotes. We actually just added a new emote to the channel, and I've contracted with an emote person. So if you guys have some emote ideas, be sure to send me some messages and stuff like that in Discord, so that way I can get some examples over to the artist. I ordered a 50 emote package, so I'm gonna get, when I get all of them, then I'm gonna be like, have you heard of the Dollar Member Club? Like, let's slot all these emotes. Let's just be nuts about it.
But yeah, some of you guys probably remember when broadband was like brand new, Roadrunner was around and stuff. They didn't have data caps.
Already encumbered.
No, it didn't become a thing until
Something about all the wood.
like all the ISPs and everybody
I
got
know.
together
I'm just
and
gonna
they
salvage
made
his
it
weapons.
a thing. They always try to use the excuse that we have that because people did get different kind of packages, and you know it, and because they limit data, then that means there's only so many people like on, you know, online at all times, so it doesn't bog things down, and it's a bunch of crock because
Whoa, creature!
like, there's
What the
only
hell,
been
man?
2 instances where I've seen an entire network like truly bogged down, and that was like when they did a like a whole update or like a whole like
Oh, this is my mouse.
network update that went to everybody,
My
and
controller.
both of them I've seen have been on like phone-based things.
My controller just reset. 1 second. It comes back. Okay, good. I'm back. I think I was like, I've been away. I didn't leave my controller plugged in. I think the
This
bad.
is your first spot. You gotta do something. So
Okay.
real quick. This way, Brian.
All right. I'm following red.
Red.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
See this thing way down there? I'm shooting at.
stand
You
on
gotta
it.
stand on that.
All right.
There'll be
and
a guy
then-
coming up with you. So you can take it.
I fell down. Okay. How do I get back up?
Oh God! Don't tell me you died.
No, I didn't. I fell down. I was like, oh my gosh. I thought I was gonna grab the ledge. How do I get back up?
I'm gonna try not to hit this thing
no,
too
we
much because
find out.
won't give you the
Where you
bone
at?
if you don't get to hit it.
You don't get back up. That's your life now.
No, I got back up. You can't keep a ginger down. All right. While I run to wherever that location was that I was trying to get to, and before I fell, oh, there we go. The creature says that the leasing for the infrastructure is what they're paying for, and then is what we're paying for. And then okay, I'm standing on it. And then Phyllis says, water to the power of the lifelines, and our society has made an internet lifeline. It should be treated as such. Agreed. Creature hitting that $5, that tier 2. Thank you so much. Do I need to come back up now?
Yeah, come up.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks, Creature, so much for that support, dude. RPG degree. Anyone know his server and faction? Just type in server, and it should pop up all the information for you if you're interested.
We have tons of room in the server.
And we're running multiple companies. We're having a good old time.
This should have given you a bone.
You should have 2 bones by now, I believe, right?
Am I looking for my inventory?
Be key items.
Jewel crafting.
Quest.
Quest
Looks like
items.
I don't think he has any.
I don't have any bones. No bones.
What's in the bag
The
right there?
bag right there.
I got 1 bone.
Oh, okay, he missed
There
it.
should be loot on the bone there.
Where?
There should, I see a bag on your screen. You should be able to like.
You can ping it if you see it.
Well, no, like-
it. So he missed the first one, it looks like. And it won't
Yeah.
be there anymore.
Okay.
That's alright.
There's like
I'm gonna pull him over here, guys.
Oh, we could kill them over there.
Oh, let's go over there then.
there's like 4 or 5 of those big dudes. So yeah, when you kill the big giant dudes with a cage on their face.
Oh,
they
okay.
drop
Yeah,
the
we
bag with you.
that one guy charged. Got it. Yeah, I totally missed it. It's the exclamation mark RPG degree, then type server. If anybody, a mod in chat or anybody can help him. Yeah, I think we're working on trying to also be able to like have it make it a little bit easier to just display commands for you guys, so that way you can pick that off.
I just put it in there for him.
Well, thank you. There we go. All right, boner. Got a boner.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to late night dad jokes.
Hey, don't tell him not to do that one thing up here, guys.
I
He
mean,
does it. It'll be fine.
it'd be fun. Oh, they died. Rip. Oh, look, my pylon almost died.
I think we can take him in the 35 dungeon with what we have
All right,
here.
then we got a guy. He's kneeling down to something. And we got some ads. I would probably prefer to take out ads first. Oh, man, that guy is so fast.
Should we take him to Star after this, guys? It's right just north of us.
We can.
try.
We can. I'll be a little underpowered, but it'll be fun.
But we're overpowered right now, so we'll be fine.
Yeah. A little balance. Yeah, I'll be the guy always dead on the floor, you know. And, then someone's gonna watch the archive and be like, I thought this guy was good.
Have you seen any?
You're gonna be a
videos
professional
yet?
floor inspector. We always need one
Yeah,
of those.
exactly. Dragoon is my next build guide coming out. Just practice.
Have you seen
What do
any
you think of a
videos?
lot of the class changes?
Oh, dude, like honestly, like I'm thinking about putting a tier list in terms of like how they work on controller, but Love and Summoner, Astrologian stressing me out already just on a controller.
Yeah, how's
but
the new summoner compared to the one we have now?
it's the real summoner. It has an identity as
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah.
like what is it? All right, y'all are targeting it. Are you baiting me?
Yep, use it.
All right, Spectral Shrine, baby. Here we go.
I'm personally looking forward to the ninja changes.
Ninja looks great. I didn't get any time outside of Reaper to go hands-on with the melee, but I spent time with the tanks, the healers, and the casters, and then I played Reaper. And Reaper was awesome, but it was like, oh my gosh, the skill ceiling on that job is gonna be nuts. Like you mess up, and it's like, okay, like like there's gonna be Reapers. Oh gosh, I'm getting chains. I'm gonna run out of that. You're gonna have Reapers that like are going to be top tier DPS, and then you're gonna like, so a lot of people are gonna be driven to Reaper because Reaper can do such incredible damage, but then to get that, I think it's gonna require a little bit more discipline.
It's gonna be a lot like when Samurai first came out.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fun there to be had there. Sage is going to be like, it's going to be stressful whenever you run with a new Sage. Like there's going to be lots of wipes because like,
It's
ooh.
it's not a white mage straightforward. It's it's closer to scholar.
White
from what
mage
I
is still,
understand.
I think white mage, like I think honestly I could see Scholar really doing well with its boosted shields. Like like shields for days. Like you're like, wow.
And it has a lot of utility. It's just not flashy. It looks like.
No.
Well, the one thing I was kind of looking at is I'm not
Where'd you
going to be
guys go?
shocked, especially when the raid's coming out, seeing a lot of like,
Go to your left.
people trying to do Astro Scholar combos because they both have like damage buff things. and all that.
Astro's buffs though, like across the board,
Yeah.
exactly what was needed. Like I think that's gonna be something. Whoa, is that just is that a regular or is that a tier 3? What is this, common? Why does it look red? Anyway, I don't know. Oh, it's because I'm encumbered.
But
Salvage.
that was also the other thing is I'm actually really curious to not only see the Astro Scholar combos trying to go for like max party buffs, but seeing the White Mage Sage stuff, because you'll just like White Mage will do what it's always done, handle most of the AoEs and spot heals, and then your Sage does a certain amount of shielding, but looks pretty good on single target and all that. And since both classes do pretty well DPS wise, that'll be interesting to see how that damage shapes up.
I want to equip that kite shield.
And they seem like they'll complement themselves very well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I'm really excited for people to actually go hands on. I'm like there's a lot of quality of life improvements and how like everything feels way more responsive. And the only thing is that like I was hoping for more for Paladin, and the Paladin does have its flashy ability, but it really was like, okay, I needed more in terms of its controller layout. So I'm gonna have to essentially what I'm gonna have to do in Endwalker, and I don't know how I'm gonna communicate this effectively because it's just gonna be a little bit different. Typically, because I play all the jobs and I work on those guides, I always kind of try to keep similar skills and similar spots, and this design decision makes it to where like maybe I would do something differently if I wasn't adhering to that. And I think in Endwalker, I'm going to have to say like there might actually be I might have two separate builds. I might have like if I'm adhering to my rules of if I'm going to have my stun always in the same spot so that it becomes muscle memory. I think it's a good rule, but there's just some jobs that I'm like, I think I need to take that away so that way I can make it a more effective job. And then it's just going to have a different, this job is going to be an exception to that rule, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a key for Star before we even try to attempt to go there?
I can craft one. I have the materials.
Okay, I don't
I
have one.
probably do.
Okay. This is the final boss, Brian.
Woohoo! This is a good dungeon.
Both these dungeons have been fantastic.
Yeah, when I was hearing this stuff about the Astro and you were talking about controller, I think I saw one other guy that I guess he primarily played controller, and like he was having a thought that like his hunch on it when he was testing it out is, with like all the the card buttons you had, he was trying to relate it to like how he played Ninja on controller. And so with like the mudras and all that stuff, and like when he started thinking of it that way, and putting his button his Astro's buttons in a similar format as his mudras, he's like it said it felt like it was a lot more fluid.
Yeah, exactly. It just becomes like if you think that way, it becomes easier because you can play multiple jobs. The Matt, and thanks by the way, Matt, for your support. Love seeing the green names in chat. Asked, do I recommend New World? 1,000% yes. 1,000% yes. Come play with us, dude. You're gonna have a great time. We're all about like you got a real life, you got a job, you got a family. Cool, man. Like it's all about literally just like a bunch of cool guys hanging out, playing this awesome game. This is more MMO than what a lot of people are, understand MMOs to be. So like, and that's not a bad thing. I like how I think it complements 14 in a really good way. So if you're like, I like 14 because it has this great story. It has a story. This has lore. But you're not going to sit here and say like, someone's like, oh, Endwalker's story to 14. It's like, to New World. It's like, dude, Endwalker's got the story thing down pat.
Yeah.
But this is the MMO. Like this New World's more MMO than 14 is.
I agree.
But it's not as RPG as 14.
Let's see here.
That's not a bad thing. It's just different.
Oh,
Different.
just-
Yeah. That's why I feel
and that's why they're complementary.
really
They're not actually like I don't think they're competing. Yoshi P, as soon as Endwalker is
two
launched,
different-
he's
gonna be
playing
in
New
your
World.
play.
He's going to be playing New World as soon as he's done releasing, and he says he's looking forward to it because this New World is more Yoshi P style MMO, which is the funny thing. And I hope that he gets some good ideas.
That's actually quite ironic.
Well, he's an Ultima guy. Like Yoshi P's like a hardcore, like MMOs don't have matchmaking, but he's got to think through the decision, right? He's got to think through like a business decision. We have to save 14. What do we do? We cannot stray from what people expect. New World can go and take risks, or at least for a while.
All right, what are you using for weapons, Brian?
I'm doing great sword, great axe, and sword and board.
All right, let me see if I got anything good on this.
I got an untradeable sword.
New World's competitor is honestly RuneScape.
RuneScape and WoW. I think what it's going to do, like there's the WoW people who are coming in and like complaining about how it doesn't have all the things that people didn't like about WoW. It just cracks me up.
You mean like classic WoW? Because retail WoW, this doesn't have much in common with.
Right. But what I see happening,
WoW it does.
But I see a lot of people who've been frustrated with WoW for so long. New World is a way of having that as a pickup, right?
Yes.
So it's like, hey, do you want something more modern than classic WoW? Oh, cool. Check out New World. So it's like that's where I see them making the most pickups.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
All right. I think I need to go turn stuff in.
Yeah, we can.
To my-
Yes.
All right. So where's Star, you said?
It's just
right
north
where
of
we
here.
are now. But you don't have to be all the way here to get in.
Well, that's good to know. But
Yeah.
can y'all mark it on the map just so I know where the hell I'm supposed to be going?
I'll let only one person
So
do it, so we're
literally-
not all doing it.
Right here. It's right next to here.
Well, I'm gonna have to kill this alligator.
The where you are, that's where the star is? Like, is
The
this
star
the
is-
same dungeon, just another entrance?
Different entrance.
Interesting.
Different dungeon. It's a little close to it, though.
All right. 1 second. Let me.
You gotta go a bit north.
Oh, it's
Yeah. I really do like this game's gearing system is that, it's not based around set classes and all that. It's
Mhm.
more like an ARPG where you literally create builds, and eventually you're going to see all kinds of guides on YouTube talking about the wacky builds that they made.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've
then you can-
got my build guides have been phenomenal for me on the channel. I'm really glad that people like them.
There's like over 200 different combinations, isn't there? Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that?
it's and then here's the cool thing. Here's the thing that a lot of people who are like just complaining about the game, like how long is it gonna last? Okay, well, like what happens here in a month or 2 months or 3 months when they're like, hey, here's that new weapon, completely changes the sandbox, adds a whole new weapon into like, then you have all new builds. Like from a content creation perspective, a streaming perspective, they have like Twitch, like Amazon knows what they're doing. But then from just like us getting back together and saying like, yeah, we've really kind of like done this. Like, okay, we'll come back. Oh man, new weapon, guys. Like, let's go check that new weapon out. Oh, they have a new dungeon and stuff. Like, it's like they're nailing the sandbox and the theme park, and that's why I think what I classify New World as a sand park. It's got that both. Let me.
I'm waiting to see what they do for raids.
Well, yeah, we haven't even seen that, and I don't rush it, guys. Do your best. We have a follow, a like, a share, all from Michael. Thank you, Michael, over on Facebook. Appreciate that. And Spencer with the like.
You watching the stream?
Dad? That's not my dad.
No, my
We
dad's
need,
name is Michael.
Oh, okay. It's like my dad's a James.
We need a healer for Star now.
All right, putting all this stuff. Yeah, I got 4 bones. 4 bones.
You have to get the next one next time you go in there.
Oh yeah,
That's,
I'm not too worried.
85.
We'll do that again.
The enemy type for Starstone was ancients, right?
Yeah, well, we still need a healer. Always, or we're not gonna be able to.
I think so.
Yep. So bring out your
dead?
maces, right?
Bring out your dead.
I forget what
I'm not
element
dead
are
yet.
the ancients weak
It's an
to.
amazing movie. You're old. I am.
They're weak to like the lightning.
Slashing and fire.
Oh, it's fire.
No, sorry. Whoop, wrong one. Striking, void, and lightning.
Anybody in
void
chat
doesn't
in your stream want
So
to?
void and lightning, and then
Anybody want to
whatever
come join us? Anybody want to come join us?
And then Warhammer.
We're gonna go do
Yeah,
the
I
Star
guess they call
Dungeon.
it striking, not like crushing damage.
Yeah, they don't call it blunt damage.
Blunt
It would
damage.
have to
Yeah.
be healer.
That's what I would
Alright.
call it. But are these soulbound?
Is that? Are y'all going to? Is that the Shattered Obelisk? Where y'all heading for the dungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great! I'm almost there. I'll just run.
This alligator is getting
It's
enough.
35 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is 35.
It is. But we can.
Brian,
we're-
are you 30?
Most of us are.
No,
around
I'm 20.
40.
I'm 27 right here on this character.
It's all right.
That's the thing. Like it's a great game for me because I can kick back, relax, and just like craft and gather when I'm like, well, I really don't have a lot of time to play. And then when I do have a lot of time to play, then it's like, great, let's knock out other content. So
I fish on work breaks.
exactly. I've been doing some fishing. Got a new fishing pole. Been having some fun with that. Trying to supply the market, with plenty of fish, because people be buying fish. I've been making money. How much money do I got right now? I got almost 4,000 gold, and I just paid 1,500 for my house.
Nice.
Like I bought my house, and then it's like taxes on it. We're like, geez Louise. I hope we see some kind of adjustment with that, man. Matt, holy smokes, dropping a 10 spot, saying appreciate the content, dude. I appreciate you so much, and everybody here. That's not just for Matt. Matt, you're amazing, and you're sexy, and that's what you get for the 10 spot. But everybody else here, thank you guys so much for hanging out on a random Friday night. And yeah, we're looking for one more to run Star. If anybody wants to come join us.
If you don't need a healer, I'll tag along, but I'm kind of low.
I need to work on actually, like, one of the things I've been trying to test, and I don't have it right now, is working on a healer build. But also I'm going to update the controller to support self-healing. So that's going to hopefully be coming out in maybe a week or two. I just a lot of work that has to go into it.
Yeah, all we need is a healer, we're good to go.
Cool.
So
Yeah, we would just.
check the other company, Brian. If you can.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
in the other one.
Yeah, we need to rebalance or figure that out as it comes.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about off stream one day.
Sounds good. Let's see here. Anyone? To Star.
Some small changes,
Needing a healer. Obviously, healer is a vital role in any MMORPG.
Yep. Well, yeah, even in Guild Wars 2, they kind of actually made a healer role and made it useful.
Well, it's all about that flexibility.
Yeah.
I mean, you always need someone to blame.
It's never the tank's fault as long as everybody understands that.
Hey, what's up, Colin? Sorry I didn't see you come in here earlier.
And then the healer rescues you off the edge of the map.
Sometimes it's the tank's fault, but it's never the DPS's fault.
Stop
When they stand
standing
red.
in bad. Taking all that damage, soaking it all up.
Fire bad, but it's green fire. It should heal me.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Some games that actually would be true, funny enough, but very rarely.
Standing in front of the big bad laser is not a good idea.
I've heard that argument before. It is very strange.
I think it's like one game, basically. It's kind of funny to think about.
Kind of.
If we can't get one, that's
A little scary.
Go farm some elites or something.
Oh, it's immune to
We can always go
slow.
do. We can always also go do like we said, like the open world dungeons.
Go away, alligator.
Oh, I have something for you. Are you still by me? Or yeah, you are. I don't know if this is good for you or not, though.
No, so Floppy, the link is there. It's you have to expand the description because I have if anybody was wanting to support the channel, I have a link if you wanted to purchase New World. I do get a cut. Wants to trade? Yes, I will accept trades. But if you go down, if you have to expand it, the tips and support is in the description. It's just under New World videos, the stream key. I guess, like I don't, I'm not sitting here trying to get everybody to tip, but if that's causing confusion there, like there's the ways that you support, and then there's more information below. Oh, got hit by a trade canceled because of the skeleton king here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my graciousness.
Brian, was yours a DPS build or a tank build?
I'm kind of just across the board and more tank build,
Okay.
but
We could try and get him the necklace.
Oh, we can go. Yeah, let's go do that instead. Go ahead and take that.
How
I'm
do-
not going to use it.
I haven't actually done a trade.
You go to lock in.
Okay, I thought that was
Then
meaning.
trade.
I thought that was more like, hey, look at you, like focus my camera on you.
Follow me this way. We're not going to be able to get it, so let's go this way. We are going to.
Okay. If
give
we
you,
do if we do pick up a healer, we'll come back. So there we go.
Yeah. This is a pretty cool place. There is a fast travel point we'll get first if you don't have it.
Here in I think I have the Everfall fast travel point.
Oh, okay. Then we'll
There's
just keep on
two. There's
going.
2 per zone, right?
I do.
Yep. If you got that one, we're
3
gonna
in
go-
some zones.
Yes.
Recall first.
It's kind of funny. I made the top 10 tips for beginners, and I don't even follow it half the time. I got yelled at the other day when I was streaming.
Yeah.
Got called out.
Okay, let me lane this bush real quick. I'll be back 1 second.
Yeah, there's definitely some bugs with my setup I need to work on.
For the item we're gonna try to get you is a BOP.
Oh, thanks, Krypton.
I am 0 out of like 400 for the guy.
Oh yeah,
Savik has like 6 of them.
that's right. My boy Savik crushing. Whoa, flop, dude. Says you don't have to tell me twice. Bard still needs some love. Are those raid buffs enough to make the cut over other jobs in the classes? I think Bard players are gonna be happy with the changes, but I don't think if you're expecting like a level of dancer being added into the fold. No, I think essentially the ranged physical are in a good spot.
Really
and thanks so
sad,
much
though.
for the tip, dude. I appreciate that support, man.
I loved Bard a lot until Shadowbringers, and then in Shadowbringers, I just didn't like it.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Say that was my summoner experience in Shadowbringers. I was like, well,
And now I'm a ninja main.
Yeah, it's like I guess I'm switching it up. That's why no matter what, I'm always like, do you love 14? Have a backup job, because things, you know, like because you never know, like you get the rug pulled out from under you. Yeah, it's not like they're trying to.
Nicel's gonna come farm with us.
All right, sweet.
This is going to be the first time I've done the main story quest starting out where I'm not a bard. I'm gonna ninja at the start.
Oh, very nice. I'm not going to take, because I usually take Summoner Scholar all the way through, and I did that with Shadowbringers. But this time I'm going to do Reaper, Sage, then Summoner, and then I'm going to open it up to Poles. So, and then I'm going to let the community kind of decide my leveling order.
Do you know how long we were in that dungeon?
Not even 30 minutes.
Yeah, you guys didn't take much time.
Okay.
My food
We
wore out
ripped through
fast.
it.
Well, the food wore out. Food lasts, what, 30 minutes, right?
Yes.
The good food
I used
does.
it right at the beginning.
The basic
Let me see
food
how-
is still at 20 minutes. I've been leveling up my cooking though.
It's 25.
That's
so
pretty
about-
fast to level up, actually.
I believe
doing
Azoth
Balanos,
Waters
right?
takes about 30 minutes to respawn.
Who does? Your guy you're farming?
The
Oh,
Azoth
man.
Water, yeah.
Thanks, William. Appreciate that, man. I'm glad you like our content. That
Wait a
level
second.
12 skeleton is picking on somebody who does not know. Gonna get wrecked.
I'm
Hey.
actually really excited for the new raid tiers of 14.
Oh, dude, Pandemonium, absolutely. I can't wait that, and then also with 6-1 when we get
The 24-man.
the myth
the 12
of
one.
the realm, baby. I'm so
Oh yeah.
I'm
very
so excited to
see
see
the
what that
designs.
means.
I'm
Their art
just
is
happy to
always
see the
good.
12 being involved.
Right, and the fact also with the name of it, I'm like, all right, like what's because it gives them a whole new opportunity for them to go and mend. Like it's like, after the expansion, the story concludes. So from 6-1 and stuff, it's like a whole new territory.
Go away, alligator.
All right. Be prepared for the prettiest spot in the game, in my opinion, coming up.
All right.
I think it is.
Don't forget to look up.
Oh, dude. Honestly, it was the moon through the trees when I was playing the preview over a year ago. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, they do lighting right in this game.
Well,
It's lighting and sound.
lighting and sound. The sound guys are just geniuses. Like they do. Like I didn't like Call of Duty World of War II, and it primarily was because of the sound. It was too good. It was so eerie when you would hear like explosions and bombs. I was like, this isn't something that I think I want to be a part of. Like it's too real. Like it crossed the uncanny valley, and I was just like, I don't feel good playing this game. And
All right,
hearing,
here's the Azoth tree.
yes, it's beautiful. Let's cut
There's
it down.
I wanted it. I tried. There's 2 chests here. We got to kill this named guy. He drops a epic as well.
I love it. We got some more bosses here. Yeah, he's down.
They kind of remind me of Final Fantasy XI's like notorious mobs. Like you
Me
can
as
farm them
well.
for rare drops.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, those amazing NMs.
Well, that's what I was like. That for anybody who's like, oh, oh yeah, this guy hit me. If you like Final Fantasy XI, like, yes, you should come play New World. Like,
I didn't see that much clear. Yeah, that's a good line.
like if you're like, oh, I wish that like we would get a next generation version of Final Fantasy XI. I was like, right now, this is the closest thing you're gonna get. It doesn't have chocobos, but you know,
Doesn't have mount at all.
right, and that's okay.
Oh, there's another chest right here.
I got that guy.
I think. Oh,
This
that's
chest is actually part of a quest as well. Ooh.
I'm gonna end up living here while I'm working to gather Azoth water.
Is this where you get Azoth water?
There is some there too, actually.
Just fresh water.
No,
what's
alligator.
Azoth water?
Why?
Oh, it's a drop.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a gatherable resource that doesn't require a gathering
Very nice.
profession. All right, doesn't work on
We're
this thing.
almost there.
Now, Flup says, like, the question really is how long can New World hold people's attention? And that all is going to come down to content updates. Because if they can put out content updates, New World is going to be, oh man, I can't skin him.
No, do you have 100 logging for him, actually?
Oh no, I don't have 100 logging yet.
Because he's a tree.
That's awesome. New World, I think, is the sandbox model. I think gives them the ability to have less curated content because players will build their own drama. But I think essentially, as they add in more curated content, as long as they respect the player-driven content, then I think it's going to be. I think it's honestly a powerhouse of a game. It just depends on do they keep updating it, and the only way we'll find out is with time. We're still learning who Amazon Game Studio is, and right now
Still learning.
we are like they've released two patches and bug fixes and stuff. Yeah, I'm still not 100 on wood. Bye bye, young tree.
We're almost to the boss, by the way. Congrats on 47-7.
Yes,
this
congrats,
means-
man.
Speaking of Amazon games, though, when do you think they're gonna drop Lost Ark?
I'm betting February 2022, if not March 2022. It seems like they're pretty close, but they're just trying to make sure that they like again, like what Amazon has right now is they've launched a hit game. Like this game is good, and it might not be everybody's game, but even people who are like, oh man, I was doubtful, was like, well, shit, they got it. You know, like the game's good. It might not be my game, but it's a good game.
And here's the boss already.
All right.
This
So
one we're gonna kill.
you launched Lost Ark, and you have another good launch like you had with New World, and all of a sudden you start seeing a trend here.
Yeah.
And then what
You build
happens?
a
And then what happens is what you've seen Microsoft building up to defend against. Then you have sitting here, and Amazon's got two hot games that will continue to bring people back in, games that will be streamable. Like it's, they didn't release, a platformer or a fighter. They're like, they're not like a battle royale, but then you wait. Like it's like they're obviously attempted that failed, but they've got a big enough pocketbooks that, they're going to be like, teaming up. They'll team up with somebody else. And then I think that's going to be fascinating to see. Where should we go?
Right here.
I'm really curious to see what
This boss spawns really fast. This guy will drop
Oh,
your
so
tinky necklace.
you just formed the boss over. Oh, got it. So excited.
If you have luck here.
Well, I just put my luck gear on and I still won't get it. Watch.
It-
He's gonna get it with the second kill.
Well, I'm also like streaming, so we all know that helps.
I was streaming. I didn't get squat.
Oh no. Oh, he's back.
And this necklace will give you your taunting plus 200%.
That's great. Is it come slotted with the Carnelian gem, or is that just the perk?
That's
It's
a
a
perk.
necklace. Yeah, it's just a perk on a necklace. It's strange.
I love it.
It definitely frees up your weapon a little bit.
Yeah, but Savick uses it and keeps on getting threats, so it's kind of a pain in the butt.
I actually don't use it anymore.
Well, good.
I did.
It was kind of a pain in the butt.
What am I even using? Oh yes, I'm using a necklace that gives me gathering luck.
Farm the trees if you want, real quick.
That's
They're
what I
all
was-
over the
that's what I
place
was
in here.
thinking. Yeah, as I was like, all right, might as well.
That's one. This is like Notorious Monster Farming back in 11 to me.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that that's why I still see people online on the forums like asking for a queue system. It's like, if I wanted to play a game that I set in queue, idle until my queue popped, and then did the content and then logged out, I'd go play all those other games that exist. Like, what do you do while you wait for forming a party and stuff? Go farm trees, go
Get
kill
back
this, go, like there's so much stuff to do, because like,
Yep.
it's like, yeah.
And there's never, I mean, like, there's not a whole lot of reason for me to do low level dungeons, but I still get some stuff out of it.
I would like to see them kind of figure that out, right? Because at some point it's like, all right, they do have to make sure that they're constantly bringing in new players, and then they'll have to find a way to help bridge the gap between.
I haven't got not even a potion off him yet.
I got a potion off of him.
Oh gosh darn. His luck's better than mine already.
Yeah, you got your luck gear, and I'm like, no luck gear, and it's like, oh, have a potion.
Before I wore luck gear, I got a bunch of best friends, the other day. And then I put on the luck gear, I stopped getting it, but then I started getting other items, so I was like, it's kind of worth it in the end.
Yeah.
The legendary boss, if you look on, I'm gonna put it on the map right now, is right.
But
That little yellow cursor north of us. That's the legendary boss farm.
oh, yeah. Because he can use the weapon too.
God, yeah.
What's the weapon?
This is sword.
Delicious.
Nice.
I like my description.
It's just delicious. Is that its name?
No. They should make
He's
a
back.
sword called Delicious at some point, though. That's a good idea. Well, I may as well make some of, let's make...
Oh, look at that. Sword 17. I'm getting closer.
Ooh. There you go. Strong health potion. Racking those
All
bad
right,
boys up.
I'm done for the night. I'm going home. I got it for the first time. And,
You got it? You got it?
I'll link it for you, bro.
Finally.
Oh yeah! Congrats!
Congrats, man.
Party link. I believe it would be.
I know there's not a congratulations mode. Cheer.
Cheers,
There it is.
best
There you
guy.
go. Cheer. The Aura crystals.
Yeah, hover over and look at that bad boy.
Oh baby. 7 intelligence and 4 focus. So it's got a taunting gem. Or it looks like that's just the symbol, I guess, of the thing.
Yeah.
Stamina recovery when you're hit while below 50%, gains 70 stamina on 30-second cooldown. Does not trigger offer persistent damage or dot effects. Health, you have 5.8% more maximum health. Wow, that is a great piece of gear.
Yeah.
And this
What-
is why we're trying to farm it for you as well.
Well, what's also great about like that, what I love about like, oh, he's back up. What I loved about that, like in 11, is like you get these pieces of gear that would be valuable like in the end game.
No, okay. We got low level gear, the Emperor hairpin, leaping boots,
Yeah,
the Kraken Club, if you ever got lucky enough to get that bad boy.
I never got a Kraken Club.
I had the rare EX version of it. The non-tradable one.
Yeah.
Now 7
I
can't pull
make-
thread off me no more. I'm so happy.
And then you
Right,
can also put that up for sale, right? Like
No.
unless you equip
No.
it.
No.
It's bind on
It's
fine.
fine pickup.
I already
So
did that.
Savick got like 4 of them in one night and could not trade it, and it was killing him not be able to give it to me. Because we had multiple people trying to help me out throughout 2 days.
You got it, dude.
Oh, I'm happy. So now we gotta get you
It
one.
has that satisfaction, right? Like it has a payoff to the grind, and so
Yes.
and it's also not like preventing you from continuing forward. So it's a level of horizontal progression that gives you like, oh, I'm gonna go this direction, or I'm gonna do that. Like, yeah, you can go, oh, what's this systematic stoner? And
It's always useful. I think like even at max level, you could technically use it.
I
okay,
think you can use it too. It doesn't scale with you, but
The percent HP and the taunting part of it is at least low.
But taunting is a big deal to me.
Yeah. Definitely gives you a lot of aggro.
Ragged up another potion.
And then you don't have to spend a ton of money on Cornelian gems. You find a nice
Yeah.
weapon, you can just switch it until you have a chance.
You're not getting credit at all?
Who didn't get credit?
Silman says they're not getting credit at all.
Reddit.
Weird.
I think he's because he's not in the party, maybe?
No, he has to do damage. If he's not getting the damage.
He's probably not getting enough damage on it, then we're probably killing it too fast.
I didn't even say that. Where do you say that at?
In he just typed it in company chat, company 2 chat.
Oh, I'm not in your company over there.
Yeah, we'll get you over here.
Well, like I said, we'll discuss more off
What our plans are.
channel. Yeah. We all have been talking. We have ideas, and off channel run by you.
All right, sounds good.
Ooh, 2 of the brilliant emeralds.
Oh, hey Chase, thanks for coming and stop by. All right, he's back up. Oh, did we freeze him?
I stun him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Shield bash.
Weapon.
Love me some shield bash.
Nice.
Oh,
Level that hatchet. Why not? I haven't leveled it yet.
drought
Oh,
of
nice.
withered essence.
Hey, if you guys got this guy, I'm gonna start freaking using my life staff. I gotta level that up too.
Level
I
that
was
staff
gonna say,
up.
if you've got a, I was gonna say, if you got a spare weapon, use it.
Yeah, I wish
Good
I would
time,
have brought
dude.
my light stuff
Well,
with me.
I'm
so I
still
could-
I'm still really working on my paladin build. I gotta get them maxed out. Tomorrow, I would not mind doing a weapon leveling session if everybody's up for it.
You're gonna like hit up an open world dungeon and just like
No,
go crush
well-
those?
It's a we can do it whenever you want too. It's an elite area. We just go to elite bosses or elite mobs and just kill them, and they give a lot of EXP for your weapons.
Nice. The and Chase, I'm so glad that my controller guides have been helpful for you. And yeah, like I'm glad. I'm really glad that I've been able to make it easier for you to get into games. And I hope that more games like obviously adopt the 14 controller system or like just native controller support. Do you use the Microsoft cuz they have a what is that thing called? I'm forgetting. The adaptive controller, which allows you to like really get custom settings and setups. Oh yeah, that's like 43 straight sword mastery. Like that's nuts right now.
It is high feet, but
This
oh my
you'll get a
God.
lot faster. If you don't want to farm this forever, then just let us know.
I'm good with just hanging out, talking with you guys, hanging out with chat. Like unless we get a healer and we want to go do star, like what time is it? It's like yeah, I probably got maybe like 30 minutes in me. So
Oh, we'll see. That star won't happen in 30 minutes.
right.
The star takes would even with us.
I
being over here,
might be able to
takes a
go
while.
longer, but like today is the travel day, so I'm kind of like I feel kind of tired. And I played with the kids. We got them to bed. It was great. Missed them like crazy, and so it's like tomorrow, and I want to make sure I spend a lot of time with them playing. And I'm gonna my wife's uncle. He's an Irish band, so we're gonna go listen to him play tomorrow. They're incredible, dude. Like the oh man, I actually was like, well, we were out. I was like, when is the last time? Because like we didn't obviously go to anything last year. I was like, are they? I hope they're still performing. So we actually got the text. They're coming up here, so we're gonna go listen to them, and then there's gonna be kind of a kid Halloween dress up party at the park. So we're gonna go do that tomorrow.
Very nice.
That's fun.
Tangled withering briar and a drop of withering essence. So no drop, but we're still getting mats, still getting those materials.
159. Also, the crafting fee
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
on
that, Chase.
the regeneration potion is crazy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what I use. I like if you one of the things I do like is that like I don't know, I haven't seen many of the chat pads on sale, but this makes it easy because I can even from here I can just pull up the map and oh, looks like I kind of upgraded territory.
I've tried using those chat pads before on I think it was Xbox a long time ago. My fingers are just too big.
Oh yeah, like it's not really I'm not doing a lot of like actual chatting, but it's nice to have it like with like because it has all the keybinds naturally. So it's like I can play and it's like, oh, if
Gotcha.
I need to pull up you know, I can just pop in, and
Like you need to repair.
I'm getting close to.
Okay, that was the most bizarre thing I've seen recently. You know, I'm running around with PvP on doing my quests.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll run into a guy to fight. So I turn the corner and there's a level 56 guy with a rapier. He looks at me, he turns around, and he pulls 3 mobs and just stands there and kills himself.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Man, do you have a range so you could get a hit on him at least?
No, like I was fighting my own mobs, so you know I'm just like staring at him, seeing what he's doing. But yeah, no. By the time I finished my mobs, like the angry Earth guys killed him.
Maybe he was death warping. You remember doing
Oh, yeah.
OTs?
No, that's
I think
definitely what he was doing.
I always
It's
grew
just-
up calling them blood ports.
See, that was death warp for me.
Okay.
I was on originally on the lake shimmy.
But no, that was
Ah,
100% what he was doing. But I just thought it was weird that he, instead of fighting me and dying, he would rather have the mobs kill him. I was like, okay.
My original, the original server that I was on in 14 before it became Sargatanas, it was called Lindblom. So based off of the Final Fantasy 9, and so we were there, and then it, you know, through the 1.0, they like joined us with, I think Bismarck or something like that when we became Lindblom. We became Sargatanas.
I think I started on Sargatanas or something like that in 14.
I've been on Ferry ever since I started.
I was originally on Adamantoise,
Oh yeah.
and then my friend.
I
was
like Ferry.
"Hey."
Ferry's good.
Ferry is good. Ferry is a good server. I do like Ferry.
I love how this zone looks, guys. It's so picturesque.
Okay.
It's hard to see though, isn't it?
Mhm.
Well, like we're all like in shadow and silhouette, but then you have the glow.
The bioluminescents are all over
Yeah.
the place, and it's pretty.
How do you hide the UI?
Trippy.
Can you hide the UI?
You
Yeah.
can. I just don't know how.
Okay, so I restarted my computer just before this. That's why I was gone, because my character just randomly decided he didn't want to run anymore.
The UI
And-
hide is Alt H, by the way.
Thank you.
What's up, Wave?
Oh,
you doing?
I like that. Oh,
Just lurking.
I get you.
I don't know if I actually like that. I thought I did.
Everything still works. He's down.
I don't know. Is this the game telling me to get off?
The game says, "Get out of here."
Well, no, because now I literally this is twice I've been fighting Angry Earth. I just got to Eden Grove, and like after fighting one mob, like my character just walks almost like he's encumbered and all that. But
Did you
I'm
hit
not
your?
even close.
Yeah, but did you hit
Ooh.
your shift key by accident?
So,
No.
Chase, we just finished our first, like my first dungeon. These guys have run it a couple times. I really enjoyed it. Now, this is a good entry level dungeon. So when you like, I wouldn't compare the dungeon I just ran to the Tower of Zot, which I ran for the Endwalker. Tower of Zot was incredible, but I
This was
feel,
Sasha.
yeah, but I think if I compared this to Sasha, I think this wins. I think New World takes the cake versus Sasha.
Then once you get to level 35 dungeon, it's just, I mean, night and day difference.
It kicks its ass.
It's so monstrous.
It's much more engaging. It's almost like a Legend of Zelda. To be honest.
Yep. Just make sure you get inside the healing lasers.
Oh gosh, you're so mean.
I
Healing lasers.
Well, when you said hit shift, like what do you mean by that? Like,
That's your walk button.
no, it's not.
It's for me.
Shift is dodge.
Shift is
Oh,
dodge.
Mine's my mouse wheel.
oh, he changes hotkeys.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I would like to see if like to make a dodge like a double tap in a direction like they have in Guild Wars 2. Like that would be nice.
I
Yeah.
hate that.
You don't like
prefer a
that in Guild
dedicated
Wars?
dodge-
Okay.
No, I prefer a dedicated dodge button.
Would it break it for you if it was an option for players?
No,
Okay. There we
I just
go.
would. If I'm fine with it being I mean, if it's like Guild Wars 2, where you can either use the double tap or a
Or
dedicated
spacebar.
dodge button,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. Like
But
I don't
make-
want to take. I don't want. I don't want.
lock in.
I don't
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
all
take
for
choices away
options.
from people. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all for options. I just don't lock me into it.
See,
What,
ESO has a double tap or a button, and I have it just a mouse wheel down or up, I think it is.
Yeah.
Are you on our server, Chase? Because if you are, like, we can try to get, like, do it like an actual scheduled community game night, work people through dungeons. I could work on my healer setup because I just need to finish that up.
Azoth water sells for about 2 gold a pop.
Nice.
Might be a little bit more.
Let's give this guy a couple more times. If we can't get it for Brian, we'll go to the elite boss for him.
Okay.
I would expect it to be more expensive, but I guess it's easy to get. I don't know.
I'll show you all the good stuff we found when you were gone.
It's literally everyone can get it, but I think it's more of people just couldn't use it, so no one's buying it.
Right. It's you got to have people hitting those levels. That's why I've gotten
That's a
gold
good demand for
and
it.
all kinds of like rare metals. I'm just sitting on it for now. I'm like, all right.
I'm gonna buy all the ones that are 2, and everything else that's above 2, they can sit on the market board. Okay. Because
Also, I heard that PSO2 got the bouncer. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah,
free
they
experience.
got an update.
And I'm hearing people are really enjoying that. Like I really like PSO2. I just need to find time.
Server transfers will be soon, Chase, by the way. We're guessing it'll be pretty soon, as long as you're on the East Coast.
Yeah, you're at the transfer within the data center.
Yeah.
this stays here. Potions stay here.
You can make a character. It's always an option. We have tons of room in the company.
Oh.
Oh,
let me
in the
do-
second company. Let's reiterate that so people aren't scared of having nobody here, right?
Yeah.
You know, how many people are there?
I really would love. I hope that they look at that and say, let's get increase that cap.
My concern is if you increase that cap and other people don't do it, just taking different areas,
Or an
different
alliance.
zones. The alliance would be nice.
It's like, okay, we're in alliance. We're in alliance. Bing, bing, bing. Yeah.
Here's Alliance chat for you to use.
Exactly, because like when I can't see when somebody levels up in company A, and I love that when you're in a company, it's like, oh, so and so hit this level, and it's like, congrats. Like it's one of the things that I really like about like at least the feeling of New World is like yeah, you hit a level, like that's big. That's like so celebrated. And I like in Final Fantasy XI, we always get the like congrats, and then here I feel like that's happening. I feel like that happens here.
All right. You didn't get it, Brian?
Oh yeah.
No, it hasn't dropped yet.
All right. Darn it.
Brian, thanks for liking the stream over on Facebook. Appreciate you guys. If y'all haven't already hit like here on YouTube, be sure to hit like. It helps out the
Gosh
stream.
darn it. Hold
It's
on.
a great free way to do so.
You know, Brian,
There you go.
you shouldn't like your own streams. It's quite bad.
Oh, is it?
I have bad form then. Somebody has to like my streams, darn it.
Like promote
Oh, God, that
yourself. Like always be promoting.
Makes
This
you
way.
think of the Red vs. Blue, where Caboose is like, I like myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Red vs. Blue. That show was amazing. Have you ever seen
Nobody
that, Brian?
Yeah. I haven't kept up with it in a long time.
Neither have I, but oh my gosh.
The first season's still classic. Like, nobody likes you, Caboose. I like me.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I remember discovering it.
I'm not going to say how we discovered it and what we were doing at the time.
I couldn't get into Red versus Blue.
It was so stupid. I loved it. But I'm a guy that likes Cheech and Chong. Come on. I just made a movie quote over Bring Out Your Dead, for gosh, how can I not know what it is?
Monty Python, Monty
Yeah,
Python,
Holy Grail.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Python.
Words hard.
That's how I am right now.
Not dead yet. Shut
Yeah.
up! You're not fooling anyone.
Oh yeah, we don't know physically. Yeah, because we weren't able to go into limbs or whatever. But at the end of the day, we'll know more about that. I wouldn't worry about where they're going to be stationed.
In due time.
Oh, what do you know? We got a guildie here, or company guy here, right here.
Oh yeah, dude, represent.
This is our spot.
Tom,
Get your chest.
And guys, also be sure to check the link. I think the top link in the description is the Facebook gaming page. I have exclusive videos that roll over on Facebook for y'all, so hopefully y'all enjoy. Ooh, what was that?
There was a guy
Blue
on Facebook
shoes. No.
asking for controller guys, and I sent him your way on all your videos and stuff.
I thank you so much for that.
I got to.
We don't have to. That's why it means so much.
Oh no, I have to. That's just it's an obligation. I have to do it. It's a courtesy. Personally, is what I say. There we go. Nope, he's not up yet. There he is.
But yeah, if it helps. Oh, did you want that one? Did you want to farm that best friend? Red?
What's the best
Oh,
friend?
not tonight. Not tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to
Sounds
bed in a
funny.
little bit. It's 12:40 my time. I'm not-
yeah.
I
I'm not working
was
tomorrow.
just on the East Coast, so yeah, like I'm still a little bit on East Coast time myself.
I tell my job I'm not coming in tomorrow, so I got too much stuff to do.
Too much fun things.
Well, I got mowed my lawn. I haven't mowed it in 2 weeks. It's 2.5 acres of land.
2.5 acres? Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That's a long day.
No, I actually use a rider with a pole behind, and it's
Nice.
I call it a 2 or 3 beer lawn.
Beer long.
That's how,
I've never had a beer taste as good as whenever I finished mowing the yard.
Oh,
Like I've never had beer was like, all right, yeah, it's beer. I get it. I get what it's doing. But then it's like finish mowing the yard and be like, why does this taste like the honey of the gods?
Because now you're a dad and you're old and like, yep, stand there, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
the
I
heck
never.
go boom hour.
Yeah, I was just thinking that standing outside. King of the hill, baby.
Such a
No, I
great
don't-
show. Such a great show.
I used to love that. No, I'm not. I don't plan on working 60 hours this week, so they're out of luck.
And thank you, Chase, for hitting the follow button over on Facebook. I appreciate that. So Ellen says they've got characters all over the data centers, mostly playing Crystal, Coral, and Diablos.
Oh, Coral is my main. It's my server too. That's funny.
Is that on Ether Data Center?
No.
like-
No,
Crystal.
that's Crystal.
Hey, I got something for you, Brian.
Cool.
Where you at?
I'm right
There you
here.
are. I just got these.
Ooh,
Maybe.
maybe.
Are these it? Yep. There you go. Some medium
Oh,
leather
luck pants.
luck pants. Yep.
Some lucky pants.
With his luck
Let's see.
pants on.
Let's see if it helps any.
Nice.
Oh, I did get that ring today, so that maybe will help me out
Yeah,
as well.
maybe.
Oh, no, there's another ring that gives you like 3% luck.
I don't have any rings yet. I need to get one. Give
You'll
me
get
a
it with
ring.
questing.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, when you turn in that quest, there's a ring you should receive. For
And,
the dungeon.
Yeah, the quest for the dungeon or like our bark meaties.
The
the
dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah, just look at the picture.
Yeah, Coral did used to be on Aether, but then they had to split off the data center, so. Yeah, and Creature says back to kind of calling back as I get caught up on chat. I apologize, chat, for missing some of the things, but yeah, the alliances make the most sense. Alliances would be great. That'd be a great system, and it'd be neat to see them because then you could start to auto alliance. Like, let's say, Marauders got out of hand, that it's like, oh, or Covenant's like really struggling. Like, you can help kind of give them boosts so that they can start trying to get some, get a little bit of control. Yeah, I'm sad that data center travel got pushed back, but at the same time, like, it kind of is unprecedented times. And if they could get more servers, like, it's more important to have a stable game, like in the long run. That's why it's like so funny. People, like, somebody was trying to make the argument that New World had a bad launch. I'm like, oh, like, what are you thinking? Like, what does that mean for you?
I've seen worse.
Oh, I've seen it like gross launches. Like, I think we're just so used to the bad launches.
Yeah.
I was there 2004 when WoW launched. That was a nightmare of a day.
Yeah.
I
But
think
I'm
I got
like-
all 20 minutes of playing on the first day.
Like, you get in the game and the game runs and you're having a good time. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, I'm sorry the queues suck, but like,
That's
okay,
part of
but you
games.
don't want to get into the game and have the game continually crash. Like, that's where it like gets maddening. But the game was stable once you got in, and then like the people who were getting quote unquote kicked out of queue, unfortunately they weren't getting kicked out of queue, but they fixed that, basically giving them a confirmation button to say, do you want to leave queue? Because they thought they got kicked out of queue, and so then they left, and then they had to start all over.
So just submitted some feedback to see if they can implement that. So it's not a bad idea if people.
Oh, for the
ask them.
alliance.
Yeah.
Nice job.
So if
I put
anybody else
in-
can think about it.
I put in feedback that I want to see like an auto tax system, so that like within the company, just like whenever like sales and stuff are going on, like I'd like to have like a
Yeah.
like a 1%, you know, just funding the company chest, so that we could go take over. Because like right now it's like I'd have to say, hey guys, let's all donate, and it's like, well, you know, like
Donations are much harder than just.
it
a
just
small
feels
tax on
weird. Like
things.
if like, oh, you're playing and everybody's just slowly contributing to our war chest. Like I think that would be something really ideal, rather than like, because I put in money, but it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense, but I don't know, we don't have anywhere near enough to declare war.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Has anyone been gathering the Azoth Spring in that room?
What room is this that you're gathering spring in?
There's just a puddle of water in the room where you guys should be fighting.
I don't see
We
nothing.
moved.
Bolanos? You guys fighting
Oh,
Bolanos?
never mind. They're fighting the
No.
other one for the sword.
Oh, this guy drops a sword.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
this legendary sword.
He drops 3 legendaries and a couple epics.
Neat. All right, well, nothing yet.
Yeah. Well, let's see if Night Soul gets anything like always.
Data center travel is going to be so good for the 14 community.
It will.
Uh-huh.
be.
Unfortunately, got pushed back, right?
You did,
I mean,
and it
I
makes
don't blame
sense.
them.
Get Endwalker out,
Yeah,
And then
that's more
boom.
important.
and
To
then
make
boom.
sure Endwalker functions for everybody.
I mean, that's
before-
part of the reason why my static had gone on hiatus. Is my leader was waiting. He wanted to see what the data center was gonna do so that he could replace the rank. Have kind of a larger pool.
Yeah.
Just sucks because we were almost done completing E11S when we.
That does suck.
What is this? Oh, that's a PvP thing. Because the thing also with an alliance chat is so that way you can leave the faction chat for faction related stuff
Yep.
instead of trying to communicate across.
You know, there's positive feedback. They need negative feedback as well, but it's only going to help improve the game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I requested something a long time ago, and I know other people did, and that was hitting one button for weapon swap instead of having it on 1 and 2. They implemented it on the open beta, which is amazing that they're listening to people.
Yep. That's why I got it bound, and now I can swap my weapons with the rest of the Y, and I can sheath the holding Y.
It's kind of like I imagine I wasn't the only one that submitted feedback, but how if you stood on top of something, the enemies would just kind of stand still and let you kill them. I was just like, it was a little weird that they just stand there and get themselves killed instead of just giving up.
Well, most likely I would probably classify that as a bug or failed. Something failed in the script.
Yeah. Well, now what they do now is they run back to their original point.
Kind
if
of like
they
that
can't
thing.
get you.
Kind of like that thing in the PvP where you can mass report someone and get them banned.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did-
I'm sorry,
did they-
Shane. One second, guys. Like Shane's saying, hey Brian, as a new player, I am interested in playing the new Summoner. Since you played at the media tour, would it be better to wait until Endwalker early release or start Summoner now? Summoner completely changed, so it's gonna just be a matter of getting yourself a head start, Shane, and getting that jump in the experience. So I would honestly start now, but I wouldn't start now and try to master Summoner. Like I wouldn't worry about like, okay, what's the most effective, like raid composition, whatever, because that's like it's all gonna change here in a month. But if you want to sit here and be like, all right, if you've never played Summoner at all, and you're like, all right, I got an Arcanist at level 1, let's, like you want to start off at level 50 and 60 and 70, have those skills, just like all of us, we're all gonna be learning together.
Yeah, I almost kind of want to just start Summoner over from 1, just because
Yeah.
I like learning the class as I level.
But is it gonna be like 11 summoner wise?
Yeah, it's gonna be the closest thing to like that, with very exception. And oh my gosh,
Awesome.
thank you Omega Red for hitting that $5 super tip, that donation. I appreciate that.
Also, do you like my titty armor?
Your
What?
titty armor? What? Where are you
Yeah.
at?
Look how big it makes the chest plate.
You gotta hold still then, Savick.
Okay, I'll put my weapon away.
Yeah, it does make it look like you
Yeah.
have some.
Very nice.
One thing with the summoners, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the summons themselves are really cool, but then they also beefed up the actual
Possible.
your own personal spells hit quite a bit harder too. You know, in between your summons, so that was nifty. I just, you know, I know a lot of people like a dot class, and so I really do hope that opens the door.
I
For them to
honestly,
bring in another caster
that's what I'm
like
wondering
the
if
dot
for the
slash
future.
pet. Yeah, whether it's either just a straight up dot class or a dot slash pet class. Like, you know, the first one that came to mind is I keep hearing people talk, you know, about like a necromancer
Mhm.
or something like that. You know, that'd be kind of cool just to have another just straight up caster.
I will come back.
Make an EverQuest Necromancer or the WoW Warlock Affliction.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why Final Fantasy can have their own version of that.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of 2 different things. Yeah, making a necromancer like a pet class that had a lot of, you know, dots and sustain, or making that same type of class more like the blue mage, to where it's like, you know, a fun class, and then it's like you're running around as like a one-man army, you know, with, you know, all your little like summon like demon void minions or whatever.
I gotta say, I would come back to 14 if they actually put Puppet Master on there as a real class. I would do it in a heartbeat.
As a real class, I don't think we'll see it as a real class.
It never will, but that was my favorite class when it came out with an 11. You know, trying to get the mythic and all that stuff. I loved Puppet Master.
Yeah, Puppet Master, like that's where it's like, oh, gosh, I would love to see more of those kind of systems brought into the game. That's where people sit here and I get frustrated because like I don't know a good way of communicating it to them, but it's like there's the reason we don't have it is because we have matchmaking. It's a trade-off, because you can't have player choice and random matchmaking. It weakens the content, and it takes away player choice, because you want to make sure that everybody has the ability to get through the dungeon, right? You don't want to get matched with somebody who's just going to wait, like who cannot, not from a skill, like, you know, like, oh, you mean you haven't actually gone and got that spell that is like, you know, the healing spell? You're the healer. You cute as the healer. What's happening? Like
I agree with you there on that one.
And that's where the matchmaking trade-off comes into play. Now, when I play 14, I use matchmaking, but that's where it's also interesting to see the trusts and things like that. All right, yeah, Marin, congrats on level. Is that 42? That's awesome, dude. And dropping some exclamations in there.
Just gathering hemp.
Well, then it's getting a little crowded here.
Well, I just want to say one thing on here real quick, because there was somebody in our group that did get a legendary a minute ago. Not me. Somebody else did, though.
Nice.
So it does exist.
Yep. Just a matter of getting lucky, because it is an legendary.
Yeah, quite the group here.
More than usual.
Look at that. We got two people not in the group from our company right here.
Do they need our company? Like, are they have a company?
They are in our company.
Then
They're
do
just
they-
not in our group.
Oh, cool.
They might be in their own group. I can't
Hopefully.
tell that.
I would assume just so they can get participation.
Primitive Helm of the Mage. I'm getting lots of, like, you know, different drops, but
Oh,
no legendaries.
well, Night Soul got one. You see it?
Where?
That's the sword.
Brilliant Reflection.
Chat. Yep.
Ooh, let's take a look at this guy.
And
Awesome.
before I get off, I'm actually excited for tomorrow. I got my armor smithing and my engineering both up to 150 now, so tomorrow I'll be able to farm a bit more and try to make some cool gear.
Nice.
I got. Oop, wrong one. That's okay. I got this.
Yeah, Reaper is the closest thing to Necro, I think, that we might see.
Well, yeah, because they
Wait,
have the caster and the scythe and all that.
Eden's
I would
Is that
just-
what you got? Eden's Kiss?
Yep.
Yeah, my main thing is even if they come out with like their own version of say a dot class, then just having another option as a caster DPS would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm glad Summoner is no longer as a dot mage, but they do need to replace the dot mage idea somewhere.
Yeah, with the real, like, because they ended up taking a lot of the dots away from Summoner anyway. So it's kind of like, it really didn't feel like it had, like, I was like, what is this job?
I mean, I played it as a dot mage in Heaven's Ward. And
Yeah,
I made
in
some
Heaven's Word it
woods.
was. Like, you actually had 3 dots. Then you could, with
Okay.
Miasma 2, like, if you're actually playing it right, like, you'd have four dots. You know?
Ooh, harvester pants. Reinforced harvesting luck. While harvesting, gains 3.7% chance of finding rare items.
I really wish we had, like, build sets. So it's like, okay, I'm going to equip this, I'm going to equip that, you know?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Either build it or let me organize my inventory manually, because good god. Another brilliant reflection.
Yeah, I'd love
got
to
another
see. Yeah,
I just got it.
yeah, I'd
Nice,
love to
nice.
see an armory, but also something for the guild. There needs to be a guild chest to be able to put stuff in.
Mhm. I'd like to see a guild hall.
Oh,
company
dude,
hall.
that would be amazing.
It'd be a good money sink for the game, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yup.
But that ties back to having the ability to also tax, because it's like, because right now,
Yeah.
like, the same thing with the 14. It's like, all right, I guess I'll just fund it. It's like, I don't want to sit here and ask people for money. It feels weird.
Well, that's one thing with the guild system is a lot of games have, where, the guild, can put a small tax on its members. Like, for every, quest or every mob you kill, you get a, like 1 or 2% of the stuff, and it just slowly fills up the guild bank outside of donations. And those things have always been kind of nice. To make
Reinforced
sure the
logging
guild always has
luck.
funds.
This one's got a perk, reinforced logging luck. While logging, gain 3.5% chance of finding rare items. It's a nice little perk.
Nice.
The primitive helm of the mage is what we got there.
I can actually use this shield, even though it has
Reinforced
focus.
logging luck and a handpiece now. So I got nice.
Oh yeah, guild mark system. Like, oh man, like the potential this game has is like that's the thing. It's just I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, there's gonna be a lot going on here. I heard somebody was talking about like how right now it's rumored that there's only just 18% of the content that they've got planned.
Of the map, yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Well, that's where it's like also when it talks about like opening it up to like to 10,000 players per server at the same time. Like, yeah, that's where like the map is in and of itself is big, but that's where it's like you definitely want more. It looks like, hey, it looks like we over here we're right dead in the center. So we're gonna have to start trying to take over some zones. Get some more purple representation. You keeping all the gathering luck regardless of the stats? Yeah.
Yeah, for a while there, yellow didn't have anything, and they finally took those two on the right.
Yeah, yellow was like, we had no representation. I'm proud of those yellow guys.
What if they take over? It'd be kind of
See,
funny.
that'd be great. And then it's like, okay, what's our plan, guys?
I don't quite see that happening yet because I'm almost certain the reason they were able to take those two over is because they simply outnumbered the people that signed up for the higher
Okay.
level zones.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, because they've even tried to take over like Brightwood and Everfall and have failed already.
Yeah, I stand by what I've said about the game is that the real test isn't the first couple weeks or the first couple months. It's the first expansion. that is in and of itself going to signal to anybody who's like, meh, you know, like it didn't have 30,000 dungeons when it launched. You know, like, all right, oh wait, an expansion, okay.
The first content drought is going to be a rough spot for a game. Always is.
Well, even within a quote unquote content drought, I would estimate, because like, you know, at least the way that I'm playing it, like I could play this game for a year at my enjoyable pace, because I feel like what I've always said is the end game starts at level 1, as opposed to like, oh, I got to get to 60. It's like, yeah, there's stuff to do at 60 too as well, but it's like at the end of the day, like, cool, I'll get there. I don't feel like I have to like do the WoW model and be like, I'm, you know, blind out, just like I'm running to the end of the game. It's like, no, man, like,
Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna go.
that's
get
why I like
Amazon
sandbox
Prime.
games more than theme park games.
Like with this game especially, I'm like, why am I gonna run to 60 when there reportedly no raids, no other real stuff to do there? I'm like, why am I gonna rush for it?
Exactly. And then when they do add it, it will be an exciting time for people who did rush, and they're like, oh, they come back and check it out. And that's the value and the power of the MMO. Now there is PvP sync, but you can. We're not doing PvP right now, but we do PvP nights. But yeah, like you can do PvP and PvE.
That was my thing, is even when you think you've run out of dungeon crafting content or whatnot, since this game is really built heavily around its builds as well,
Yeah.
there's like so many hours just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go try, you know, a caster build or try this combo, and then, you know, try to build gear around it, because there's so many different perks you can put on your gear
Yeah.
to make a really unique or really strong build. And just, are you gonna be one of those like one and done guys? You find your 2 favorite weapons and never try anything else, or, you know, or do you try to make multiple builds for yourself?
Well, the nice thing is, for any new player that doesn't know what they want to do, they have free respeccing until level 20.
Yeah.
So use it.
And it's not
And it
that
doesn't cost that much anyways.
once you do start paying. Yeah.
Nope.
Because I got to respect tomorrow, but that's all right.
That's actually one thing I loved about Final Fantasy and this game is you're not locked to a particular class or anything.
Nope.
You just pick up something else and do it.
Yep.
You should come check out New World with this sync.
Oh yeah, come. It's fun.
Join
We're
us,
basically
sing,
doing
join
NM
us.
farming right now.
One of us.
One of us.
One of us. One of
God.
us.
You're welcome.
I'm enjoying the grind. You get all kinds of things. You level up in zones as well. So here, like, I'm just like level 18 in this place, but it's like, man, it's just,
I don't see it as a grind. I mean, to me, I haven't done nothing really grindy on the game. Yeah, you got your crafting, your gathering. It can be a grind, but if you just do it when you're doing quests, it's not grindy then.
Nope.
You go out there, go do a little bit of gathering, turn your stuff in, your quest in, and put everything in your settlement. You know, in your
Storage.
storage shed. Thank you.
yeah, storage shed upgrades are like primo.
Just do it while you're traveling. Most of my gatherings happen when I travel.
You know,
I always try my best when I am out questing, doing just that, to where like I don't want to go back to town with empty bags. Fill the thing up.
that one video I made recently was about doing that. Go craft whenever you can. Go gather. Just gather everything.
There's also instance content, so like it's not always just about like us mass murdering all these, you know, like these mobs. Let's see here. Blue gloves of the fighter. Gear score increase. 3.6 damage absorption against ancient guardians. Definitely like not something I need. Anybody need that? How do I link it to chat? Link to chat. Never mind. There it is. That's easy. I did it at the company. 1 second. I suck. How do I do that? SD/B.
They're bind on pickup.
Bind on pickup. Never mind.
I do have
Lame.
some reinforced logging.
I guess it makes sense for open world farms.
If anybody wants them, it's a level 30 item, medium hands. I'll link them real quick.
Where the heck?
It's got elements that people say, oh, it feels like yeah, there's some ESO like things that people can I can see where they get that, but I don't have that same impression.
From what I understand, its closest facsimile is RuneScape. Old school RuneScape, rather.
Anybody want these gloves I just linked? I already have 2 of them.
I want to be like, I don't use no peasant green gear at this point, but
Fine.
Yeah, look at those perks.
oh, ancient urn. Garbage.
Yeah, the different looks come in handy for sure.
Yeah.
Your main
the-
class is in ESO? Yeah. So
Fine, I'm just
Elena
ignoring.
plays Necromancer and Templar.
Well, for ESO, I have actually one of every single class. My main one would be a Templar. I have a Necro healer. I love that game.
Yeah.
And
I,
then,
Creature,
use a Nightblade
Creature
healer.
makes an excellent point. If the game is fine, you don't notice the grind. It's like if you're having fun with the game, it's like, all right, like I'm just leveling this up. Like I'm working on this stat or this skill, and it's like, yeah, man. Right now we're just farming this, like, see if we can't get a legendary drop before I get too tired.
No,
What
I
will drop
admit-
first, the legendary sword or Brian? Probably Brian.
I will admit that the
NGL.
question on here is not the best because they're very repeatable, but they don't bother me because I go out and gather the whole time I'm doing it anyways.
I mean,
The,
it's classic MMO questing. I
Yes.
mean, it's pretty basic.
Yeah. The problem is
Yeah.
it shouldn't be basic.
It will.
for the
It all depends on
some of
how it
them.
expands. I'm getting the call. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Don't get lost. Yeah, it just hopefully they put more quest variety in the future.
Last kill, and then I'm gonna. Is my town port back up yet?
I'm about to myself. Oh yeah, it is 1 o'clock.
How dare you guys go to sleep?
It has to cool down there. I'll port to the end. Yeah, full kill, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Cause I want to make sure that I'm not sleepy dead tomorrow. Want to get some good playtime with the kids. Like it was nice to get away with the wife and just kind of be the two of us. But like after about 3 or 4 days, I was like, man, missing the kids.
A spear.
All right, cool. I'm gonna port back. I have my inn in Brightwood.
That's weird. I thought I had that achievement.
Recall that.
Yeah, I'm so done too. Jeez.
Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. This is
Of
a
course.
fun little pickup. Like people were like, "You can stream tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know what time I'm getting home." Like maybe.
Wait, you just got home today?
I've been gone for a week and a half. Like
Yeah, no, I noticed, but wow.
I wasn't telling anybody I was gone because I'm not gonna be like, yo, everybody, I'm not at home. I don't. Hopefully, hopefully people
to my
don't know
house
where I
all
live.
gone.
Dude, well, hey, never come to my house.
Yeah,
But
that's
B,
always
like, yeah,
Never come to my house.
but then let me just
It's
announce.
a bad thing when people are just like on social media. It's like, hey, I'm gonna be
Oh, that's the
away
dumbest
from my
thing in the
home
world.
for like a month.
All right,
You know, and it's just
thanks.
like,
Yeah, so I was like,
okay.
yeah, we're gonna be
What's your
gone, but I
address
was
so
like,
can rob you.
so I was like, I had to get all the media tour stuff done. I got like one of those like nail things. Those hurt.
It's here.
So I had to get all that done, like, and it, like, it was and then I was like, all right, I'm gone. And then I was like, nobody will know because videos will still roll out.
I only give you a mildly hard time when you were gone.
Yeah, only a little bit. All right, Chad, I'm gonna hit end stream. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the new subs. Thanks for the members. And thanks so much for the chat. Really appreciate the conversation. It's been great jumping back in. If I play some, I'll be tomorrow night once the kids go to bed and whatnot. But appreciate you guys.